Hello and good evening to all of you. It was a pleasure meeting all of you in Bangalore. Here are my thoughts on the executive education. At present, my feedback or suggestions or thoughts will be about the management development programs, which are considered as short-term executive education programs. I have to put a caveat here. This is not an easy business. Many well-known business schools have failed in this vertical of education. Does that mean the executive education is not commercially viable? You may ask. The answer is no. In other words, I mean to say, it is commercially viable business. As they say, economics does not lie. We saw that in the detailed business plan presented by Sarja. However, to convert that Excel into a viable business model, we need to think carefully and plan on the basis of our strengths. In this respect, I suggest the following action plan. In my understanding, relationships drive this business, not just money. In other words, you just cannot expect business to flow in by spending money on advertisements or creating infrastructure. It is the relationship that you establish with the company, the trust that you create or develop, and the confidence that we create and develop on our products. So in my view, no investment, a big investment is needed, neither is desirable at the early stage of this type of business. You should leverage contacts and your relationship with the corporate world, which you have in plenty. You have to remember that this is a knowledge-based organization, business. So you have to create knowledge-based organization too. So in that respect, therefore, I suggest that the people with the right credentials, which all of you have, should lead the organization. Therefore, I strongly second Mac Makaran as the CEO of this proposed enterprise. So what will be my action plan? The suggested action plan looks like this. First, let us form the company as discussed on that day. That will show the commitment of the group. That will also give the identity to the idea. Then appoint CEO and COO, Chief Operating Officer. And let a person like KK, who is an excellent marketing person, to convert our contacts of the team members into some form of business relationship. During this period, the core team should work very closely with KK and go for all presentations, in fact at least the final presentation with the top management. That will also show the commitment of the group. And at least in the next 2 to 3 months, if we are able to tie up with a large, 2 or 3 large business enterprises for understanding the training needs, converting the training needs into training proposals, then we have some business sitting there. With that possible or formal tie-ups, we can have not more than 2 business schools to work with. In some other presentation, I will share why I'm stressing the relationship or contract or MOU with lesser number of business schools. Once we have the corporates with us and the B school together, then only we should think of going for a formal launch of this initiative, which may be on the day of commencement of the first training program. Unless we show that corporate connect, B schools will not join hands with us. Similarly, unless you show that you have contact with good B school, corporates will not accept the proposal that you have or you have been working with. So therefore, it is necessary to bring the B school and the corporates to the table. Besides this normal MDP, I also have some suggestions of other related activities. It is possible for each one of you to create a pool of resource persons. They may be professors from foreign universities or CEOs of the top companies, Indian and global. That may become your USP. Besides that, in the later years, I would strongly suggest you to venture into research-based executive education and related activities. And this can happen. There is a huge need for research-based knowledge in core sectors like energy, water, climate change, analytics. And mind you, big money is there which can be used for this type of research activities. In the process, you are actually at the forefront of knowledge creation. And my understanding and my assumption is, if you create good knowledge, then knowledge dissemination can happen through MDPs and other forms of training programs. So for the time being, I would like to summarize by saying, no huge investment at the early stage. Let us leverage the contacts and the relationship that we already have with the corporate world, tie up with at most 1 or 2 business schools and roll it out. Maybe in the 6 months period, if we are able to achieve this, or maybe after 6 months, we may think of making it a bigger, and then we can make investments as planned, as shown in the Excel sheet. For the time being, I would like to say thank you very much and good luck. Good luck for the venture. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to interact with all of you, understand each one of you, and who knows, we all may work together and create some meaningful knowledge which corporate world and also the non-corporate world may lap up and may be also ready to pay for it. Thank you very much. All the best.